Hello everyone, my name is Sophia Freschi. Today I'll be presenting my greater good analysis for the option 3, which is the kidney transplant dilemma that I chose. Like I said, this involves 3 patients in need of a kidney transplant. Only one kidney transplant is available. So I will walk through the case details, the ethical conflicts, and how egoism and utilitarianism provide different approaches to the decision. Finally, I'll propose a solution that emphasizes both fairness and the greater good. So, the case overview, the first patient is a wealthy 45-year-old male who has made contributions to charity. His condition is linked to lifestyle choices, so caused by poor diet, and he will die within a week without a transplant. Patient number 2 is a 55-year-old mother with 2 adult children who also has diet-related kidney failure, needs a transplant within a month. Patient 3 is an 11-year-old orphan who has a genetic kidney condition who's already had several transplants in the past and needs a new kidney within 2 months. Only one kidney is available, that's the huge problem, and then the ethical question, who should receive it? I wanted to note JAMA Network notes that although the number of transplants has increased over time, the number of people waiting on organ lists has grown even faster, making scarcity a primary issue in transplantation ethics. I believe it's 1 in 8 people on transplant lists actually receive a transplant. So, this case brings several moral conflicts to light. So, from an egoist perspective, the provider might focus on what benefits themselves or their institution that they work for. A utilitarian, however, is going to focus on what choice produces the greatest good overall. So, beyond theories, we must consider age, social roles, and patient vulnerability. Each patient represents a different population. Here, in this case, an orphan child, a middle aged mother, and a wealthy adult male philanthropist. They each have their own interests and implications and come from various backgrounds. So, when we compare egoism and utilitarianism, we see 2 very different approaches. So, an egoist might choose the option that protects their own reputation, perhaps, choosing the orphan to show compassion and avoid any criticism. A utilitarianism, however, looks at maximizing the greatest good here. The orphan offers the longest potential life expectancy and represents a vulnerable population. Egoism emphasizes self-interest in decision-making, while utilitarianism prioritizes maximizing collective welfare, which creates sharp contrasts in how outcomes are judged. And the reference is Dong 2024. So, based on this analysis, my proposed social action is going to allocate the kidney to the orphan, patient number 3. This choice, it protects the vulnerable population, which is the child. It offers the greatest potential life expectancy, maximizes the years of life saved in general. And then it aligns with both justice and utilitarian reasoning. So beyond this case, we must also address the root issue, which is scarcity and lack of public education. So, recent data has shown that the number of patients on the U.S. kidney transplant waiting list continues to outpace the number of available transplants. And this highlights the persistent scarcity issue. So, I think if we focus on increasing education and encouraging organ donation, this can really help reduce future dilemmas like this one and then ensuring more lives can be saved in general. So, in conclusion, organ allocation is an area where ethics and practical realities collide. So, egoism may guide us towards self protection, while utilitarianism pushes us towards maximizing outcomes. However, protecting vulnerable populations, such as orphans, I keep saying that, should remain a priority. At the same time, systematic advocacy is needed to address donor shortages so fewer impossible choices arise in the future. Here are my references, and thank you for your time.